Hi guys, my name is Tiara Afifah. Now I want to tell you about topic 10. It's about transition. First, what is transition? Transition words are words that connect from one sentence to another, or from one paragraph to another. Transition can also be interpreted as conjunction, which is useful as a liaison between sentences. The next is transition or conjunction type. Transition type is continuous transition, time sequence transition, climax transition, comparison transition, condition transition, contrast transition, distance transition, illustration transition, casual transition, and the last is conclusion transition. And the next is continue transition. For example, and, again, then, alone, after all, even or in fact, then, so on, next. And the example is, in fact, Rafi knows that Ferry and Baron are enemies. Time sequence transition. For example, past, yesterday, now. Meanwhile, a year ago, after, before. For example, now, unique promise to be a diligent child. And the next is climax transition. For example, most, less, actually. And for example, 2 is for the last time. Balkis was punished by his mother. This using less. And the next is comparison transition. For example, same with, like, right. For example, this using like. His face is like the full moon. Next is contrast transition. For example, but, nevertheless, however, even though, otherwise. And for example, this using even though. Rara is even though this word, even though she still regrets her past. And the next is distant transition. Her, there, beside, on the left, on the right, above, behind, in front, below, near, far, next. For example, in this, using next. Ferdinand is standing next to Andika. And the next is illustration transition. For example, yeah. And the example is using for example. Mammals are reptiles. For example, lizard, crocodile, and so on. And the next is causal transition. For example, is using because, cause, therefore, effect, and so on. This example is using because. Dania doesn't attend school because she is traveling. Condition transition. The example is if. And the example is if Nadira didn't eat ice cream, he certainly wouldn't have toothpaste. And the last is conclusion transition. For example, in summary, the conclusion, in conclusion, the outline, and the summary. For example, in conclusion, Mr. Ayus is angry because all 7 power grades are skipping class today. Thank you for your watching and goodbye.